day 23, the last day of the cold snap. +5 inside and -1 outside. As we're waking up, it was -4 overnight. Oh, it's a shame. Look at the temperatures coming as we leave, and the rain too, which, you know, would have been good to be there for the rain. This big old house is standing strong. Only got a couple days left, so we're gonna have to go hard. It'd be nice to relax, but and we're definitely tired. I think both of us feeling sick a little bit, and but push hard to the end. And Mr. Bingley will continue being Mr. Bingley. Come on out, Bubs. Come on out. There he is. Yeah, he doesn't look to worry on the grate. And yeah, we'll get at it. You know, one of the things I love about getting older is you just got patience, a little more patience. For example, what a delightful little breakfast tradition. 2 oranges, make some orange juice, and a coffee. With a good coffee maker, the beans are, you know, cheaper than eating out by a good stretch. I did the math. We had 14 or 15 oranges in that package for $1.99. That means that this glass of orange juice, 2 oranges, 26 cents. And it tastes like $1 million. So, you know, not everything's bad about getting older, you know. You find efficiencies as you go about life working on things. We started 23 days ago, and the oil was there, and it's dropped to there. So not bad, considering, I don't know if you can see it, but we have about the same amount of both tanks now. It goes down maybe 3 or 4 times as fast when we turn the boiler on. So we've only run the boiler really a few hours. I mean, we ran it for hot water because partly we want to just keep the pipes from freezing. And also it's helpful to have the hot water too everywhere when you're cleaning. But you find efficiencies. You know, you turn things off when you don't need them. You empty pipes when they're not running. Another efficiency for me is I use the servant staircase all the time. I use it for kind of a transportation hub for tools. So, you know, I was doing lights yesterday, so I had a lot of different pails of tools out. Some of them are going back up to the London bathroom today. Other ones are coming down to the basement. So I put them kind of on the trays in the servant staircase. Then when I happen to be going down, I'll take a couple buckets. And when I happen to be going up, I'll take another couple buckets, and it just saves trips. I'm doing about 4 times more steps than back in Portland, so that's great. Good for the health. Helps with all those meals we've been eating. All right, first job of the morning. We got our poles, we got our hook, we got our camera. I might try to time lapse this. And we're gonna go out here and we're gonna see if we can get down there and get that grate from the top. Fingers crossed. Okay, so here we are, we're testing the camera. That's my face from the camera. That's the camera pointing over the edge of the balcony. And then we go into the pipe. Now, I gotta be honest, this went a lot smoother than I thought it was gonna go. I expected it would be all full, but look at how clean it is in there. And so I've cut some clips out because it took a few minutes, and sometimes it gets hung up on those edges. But man, oh man, we taped it to the pole and sent the pole down. And to my shock and surprise, we went all the way through, and I could not see the grate. Where was that downspout cover? Look at that, we went all the way to the bottom. It is clearly not there. I don't know. I thought it was a mystery at that point. Well, that camera is amazing and fascinating. We went all the way up. We went all the way down that gutter, and we could not see that wire. So maybe it's in the bottom piece. We'll go check that out from the bottom. But I pushed the pole all the way through. Let's also try this one that goes up to that bad drainage spot. Let's give it a go. That'd be super ironic if it fell all the way down to that bottom piece and I just didn't check that. Okay, in the not so super good news, looks like a piece fell down while we were doing that. Our pole has gone all the way through and no grate. So we're gonna have to try to find it. We'll pull this pole through. I bet you anything, it's sitting right there. And under the category of lack of intelligence / should have checked the easy option first, we go to the very bottom, and what do we see? That's there. There it is. See it? Right there. Silly me. And There she be. Yeah, 2-hour mistake. But we're good. We got it. Good news.
So I've been doing some cleaning today and enjoying the rooms as I do so. The sparkling chandelier and all the incredible molding detail. And, you know, one of our favorite things in the house as a whole have been these shutters. They tuck right in so perfectly. They fold out. And they get the rooms so amazingly dark that we just cannot wake up in the morning very early because it's so dark. Now, it doesn't help that the sun doesn't come up very early here in France in the winter, but still, they're amazing for security when we bar them off, and they're just incredible for being able to sleep in the dark. So I think it's time that these get a renaissance, time to come back to North America, and people should use these. They're amazing.
Round 2. I tried putting this up earlier. I put that whole strip up. It was so terrible. It was the worst wallpaper I've ever done. Now, granted, it was dark and it's not super flat aerated wallpaper. And I probably didn't have enough stuff on, but it was bad, like so bad that I'm like scared to start again. But here goes. We'll give it a go. It's gonna look good. Lord willing, I'll get this up. Okay, I think our last wallpaper was a lot better than this. This one, they say you're supposed to book it, which I've never done. And I don't know, looks bad. We'll see. Okay, better. Definitely not perfect, but better. Don't worry about the bottom. There's a trim piece going over that. So I cut it a little bit short, but that's perfect. Yeah, better. We'll see how the next one goes up. Okay, let's leave the rescue. I did the first one was decent. The second one was so bad, I swore we were gonna hire somebody, which if you know how cheap I am. And I was stormed off in a pouty rage. And the only reason I'm back is A, because Leslie's rescuing it, which I can't believe you're doing. I mean, you have no idea how bad it was, guys. And I was, the Low Germans, or the Mennonites have a word called swearing mad. Yeah, that's what I was.
You know what, we'll get it.
No, I don't know, something with my mind.
You know what, if you get it on straight, I'll make sure
it
it's
wasn't
flat.
Straight, that's for sure.
So,
but you're getting it.
Do we have a sponge with cold water?
Yeah, we do.
Or what?
Okay, that's great. Yeah, literally we needed video. That's the only reason I'm not pouting in the shower right now. It's funny, I tell my colleagues and my students that I'm moody, and they're like, really? Really? And I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm moody. But anyways, but no, it looks great. Thank you, Leslie. And
oh, we're not done yet, dear.
man, there's some things I can't do. It's just that simple. How much we paid for that wallpaper? It's too much. And you don't know how cheap I am, but I was ready to throw it all out, I'm telling you. So just really impressed that Leslie's able to save that. Oh. Okay, Leslie has graciously offered me a consolation title. She says, well, I may be good at wallpaper, but you're good at fixing vacuum cleaners. Which is true. I'm the one that fixes it. So that's she kept doing the wallpaper. I'm going to vacuum and fix the vacuum cleaner.
Well, I'm sad to leave it when I'm so close to having it all filled and primed. But this kind of things, this kind of stuff takes time. And sometimes we get stopped by different kinds of trades or things we have to go do. And that's how it goes. But the good news is when I get back, boy, I have some fun in store. I'm gonna try out that stencil. Clearly we'll finish priming and whatnot. As you can see that back window, oh my goodness, my goal was to have that at least done, and then it's just the trim. However, today has been full and great things, but yeah, super excited. Can't wait to get going. Wait till you see the colors. They're gonna be great. And see this room come alive, because we won't have an option. It has to come alive next time around. So stay tuned. Do 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 do.
And you're not gonna hire me to come in and fix your stonework. But you know, we got lots of filler in there. We popped some drywall in. I just prime this thing there so it doesn't push out by gravity. We'll come back, we'll let it dry real hard, we'll sand it, we'll put a couple more coats on, get it smooth. Good enough for this room. So most of what we do here in France feels like it's building related, but remember, we also run a study abroad, so we have to reserve vehicles. Yeah. This is our old car. Oh, le Magon. Oh, I like the Je suis, je t'aime le Magon. I love the old Magon. It's great. So we got to decide what we're going to do. I think it was about 270 a month. So that's not bad. 2 years, covers insurance, includes insurance. Now these little guys used to be about 150, or at least the littlest, between 150 I think and 200 a month. So they're extremely economical. The minibuses, we just reserved 2 minibuses. That's the 9 passengers for the students. And we're looking at a Kadjar, which is a little bigger. We got a big group of students coming out, and so this could easily handle 5 students if we had a little bit more, like if we're trying to move 23 or 25. It'd be a lot easier than the car. So, you know, decisions. We don't know what this is for 2 years. For 1 month, it's about 500 bucks. The 9 passengers are about $900 a month, which is fantastic if you've ever rented vehicles. So it's great. You have to have a house in France to get it, but yeah, important to lock those down. It's a half a year ahead. And for those of you on mushroom watch, is that a mushroom? It's like a big monstrosity. Look at that guy. I don't know. Just walking back, we brought our very, very nice neighbors a little bit of chocolates as a Merry Christmas. And so we're walking back. This all used to be part of the same property, though it's hard to know. This wall may have predated our chateau. But there's some cool old buildings over here.
So I'm always trying to figure out the history of what the landscaping and what things look like and things like that. And now that it's winter, a bunch of leaves are gone, and we noticed this big mammoth stump. And if we keep going, I've seen another one just farther down. So maybe these... That's like an Oregon level stump. That's got to be... That's really big. I don't know, 8 feet across, or it's big. I look, big stumps all the way along this. This is the side of the village gate. Here, go stand on it, Bess. Give them scale. Yeah, this one over here.
I wonder if we could figure out what trees they were.
Yeah, huge.
Like if, an arborist would know from the stump. Yeah, I'm going behind yours. That is
Here she comes.
Wowza.
Yeah, so you get an idea from Leslie. Yeah.
Yeah.
That tree's a big tree.
It was.
Yeah, I wonder how far across. I mean, not as big as the other one. There's some big stumps back here.
This one's bigger.
This, by the way, this is the fence along the village gate. Mr. Bingley's, that's not our yard over there, Mr. Bingley. Get back here.
Friends stayed here the other day, and they had left behind something that I was gonna throw in the suitcase to bring back. And I noticed it said this: "Your nook is too cold." Tell me about it.
Well, we didn't build the shower yet, but we at least need to open it up and make sure all the pieces are intact in case there's a timeline or a deadline on the refunds. So I'm just closing up the attic. And I remember when we did the structural engineer video a couple of days ago, remember we had the structural engineer come through and take a look. It's pretty funny when we got to this spot. And you can tell that used to be, I don't know exactly what happened here. We're trying to figure out what happened. I think it got wet and the ceiling caved in and it got sort of patched. But he took a look at this and he goes, "Well, I've seen worse repairs." And I was like, "You've seen worse?" So apparently we run a better beam across and then just re-stone that, is what he's saying. Apparently it's crazy. All right, so we're starting to talk about the roof, and we're talking more about the roof. This is, of course, a huge decision. This roof costs potentially more than our house, our first house in Portland. I don't know, best thoughts?
Well, I'll tell you this. When I look up at the roof right now and I imagine it all beautiful and straight and all black and looking amazing.
That's going to be incredible.
Yeah, it's kind of blowing my mind, actually. I assumed we would continue with each section, but they give a better deal if they set everything up which makes sense. You get all your guys on site and you set up all your equipment, and it goes faster, and I get that.
You mean I love it. Yeah, they proposed a number to us, and then they actually took about $22,000 off if they can use it for publicity, which is such a win-win for everybody, because this is a beautiful chateau that will look great in their publicity. But also, if they're using it for publicity, you know they're going to do a good job. And so I don't mind that one bed.
Yeah, oh no, for sure. You know, it'll be great for their portfolio, and it's great for us. They've been doing this for over 20 years, it sounds like, which, you know, is some time. You know what's cool?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can zoom in. Can you guys see the very tips of those finials on top of each turret? They're glass, and the sun is catching just that little bit of light. Can you see it at all?
No.
You can see it glowing just a smidgen. I think that is just one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, but I do love the fact that they have the whole supply chain. Like they quarry their own tiles. They got all the guys, so they're probably less affected by the increases in prices because they control the whole.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, this is incredible. We got to go figure out, we're going to go count our shekels. We're going to figure out how much we can borrow, where we have. Again, the fundraiser's been doing great, so we're in good shape there. There's a bunch of pledged money to come in. And obviously, you're looking at exchange rates. There's
for sure.
Other details we're trying to figure out. We want to make sure they can preserve those beautiful, whatever they're called on the top, the cool decorative tower features.
Finial pieces.
Yeah, and some of the detail, we're hoping that can be either preserved or replicated, hopefully preserved.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out gutters. Sounds like they're not including all the gutters, which is a huge chunk of change. But I'm hoping at least, like, if they don't do the downspouts in the outside, you know, main area gutter, that's fine. But I'm hoping that all the internal kind of pipes and drain pans, I'm assuming that they're still doing that. Got to figure that out.
Yeah.
Make sure it's the same kind of tile. Anything you're thinking?
Yeah, well, just all those details. We still have to iron out some of the specifics of things.
Yeah.
But, yeah, good progress, you know, and they're willing to be doing this in a few months, which is huge. No 2024 projections and things like that.
Yeah.
So, oh my goodness, I don't know if I've still comprehended.
We're a bit shell-shocked.
The concept of getting this whole thing done is incredible. Like I say, that, you know, when things start deteriorating on our watch, it's just not cool. No. So I really want us to try to be prudent and get this done. And if it's these guys, then wow, I can't believe that they have time in their schedule for this.
This is also interesting. He had a really fancy device that did measurements from a distance. And he said it was 12 meters from the ground to the top of the gutter. That's about 40 feet. And then another additional 8 meters. Oh, I'm guessing that's about 27 feet. 48, yeah, 30 feet perhaps. So that you're looking at about, an additional 8 meters to the top of the roof peak. So you're looking at about, what was it, 12, 20, what was it? I've forgotten now. 20 meters, which I believe is about 70 feet. A little less than I had thought. But of course I was measuring, when I measured, sometimes I measured from the ground inside the basement. So, but that's still pretty tall, 70 feet. I'm videoing here with Leslie, who has, what have you done? You've made the room festive?
Oh, I just lit some candles.
Oh, that's nice.
It makes it feel like it's Christmassy, like we have a fire.
Yeah. Back up so you can catch the whole ambiance. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can kind of see the glowing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Merry Christmas.
You just can't get enough of this, can you? It's just such a lovely end to the evening. Just getting dusk, and it's just glowing outside. It's just beautiful.
We've almost hit all the places in town. There is a kebab store. I enjoyed it. I went there once. It looks like it's not open. And there is another Italian place around the corner, which we're gonna try. For this area, the dead center of town. And there's a cool little tea place, which sometimes they have food. Not today though, it looks like. And then here's the other pizza place, which we've enjoyed a few times.
There's the champignon chorizo.
Check that out. The travatilla, the foie gras salmon, St. Jacques mushrooms. Then you have a duck pizza, confit de duck with foie gras again.
Then the Regina has ham, tuna, mushrooms, pepperoni, and eggs.
What's the other one you want?
Tempting. Or the Oriental. What's merguez again?
It's like sausage.
Sausage, pepperoni,
Sausage.
peppers, poivron, and eggs. Oof. Onion, eggs, onions, and mushrooms. That sounds good. For the Italian charcuterie, gorgonzola, mushrooms, pepperoni. Lots of good, interesting options. That looks like a great carbonara bass. Doesn't she always order well? Yeah, she does. Often smarter than me. I'm getting a pizza, but that looks like a
Well,
great
the
carbonara.
pizza's gonna be great.
Some bread.
And we'll split it. It'll be nice.
Yep. It looks terrific. It's pretty good for €12. Really nice. Ooh, steaming on it.
Steam it.
And a little bit of oil to put on there too. Okay, this is super fun too. It's very common in Europe to have an egg on your pizza. That might sound weird to people, but it tastes really good. Highly recommended. So we're just enjoying a great pizza here in Pasta. And Leslie and I are talking about the roof and the roofers, and we liked them. We like that they're a family company. We like that they have 1,200 employees. This project didn't scare them.
No.
They're ready to go.
And they have ability to have access to equipment. They have their timeline is fantastic for us.
Can you imagine? We could have a new roof by next Christmas.
No, by fall.
I know, by late fall.
That's like that wasn't even on our radar to consider.
That'd be amazing.
And that they have availability in their schedule. They've got several years of experience. It's grandparents, parents. They're all part of the trade.
Yeah.
Which I love as a designer. I really love to hire trades that love their job, love the work. They do
Take pride in their job.
Yeah, they do. You get a better product when they love doing what they do. So that was a big plus in my opinion.
Well, the fact that they got back to us so quickly.
Yeah, that's huge to me. If a trade, especially here, if someone gets back to us, that's telling. Hopefully that continues through the project. But it was really helpful considering we were leaving.
And also the fact that they have every piece in the chain. Like they have a guy who does gutters, and they have a guy that does tile, and they have a guy that they're going to do wood treatment.
Yeah.
They looked at our wood. They said that our wood structure is generally good. There are some problems, but generally the superstructure is good.
And get this. The quarry for the slate tile is 25 miles from here.
Yeah.
And they manufacture their own. So they dig up what they need from the quarry, and they make the tiles at the actual place, and then they use it. So they manufacture in-house, which I think is huge. It's not like we're waiting for an import from another country or any of those kind of things. I think that's huge. So for me, the last straw was when water came down into that blue room ceiling. We haven't had anything too major happen on our watch. I feel like we're the caregivers for the house during this time slot of its life. And when that water went down onto the main floor, into that blue room, that was just like,
How was it?
enough.
Like, nope, we gotta get this fixed.
We have got to get this done.
Yeah.
It was one thing when water was going into, a bedroom upstairs where the fabric and everything has to get changed anyway. You go, okay,
From
that's
the
bad.
1980s.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
it's
that
like,
great.
it was already stained when
But
we
the
got
blue
it.
room is sacrosanct.
That is just so not okay.
Yeah.
For me, it was as soon as the water enters that main floor, that's it.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
We gotta get it done.
Yep.
Period.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm with you.
So tiramisu maison.
Yeah, it looks
It
great.
looks fun, and you just got a chocolat crepe.
Chocolate crepe and un cafe on the way too. Yum. That was a good meal. I enjoyed it.
I did too.
Yeah, we always like these guys. There's not a ton of folks that tend to go in there, so for some reason, but we always enjoy it every time.
We do.
I think it's a more of an Italian take on pizza, which no problem.